This is the Staccato HD C3.6. Staccato calls it the pinnacle of conceal carry innovation. How's the name so short but takes so long to say out loud? HD C3.6. It's like 3 letters. It's claimed to have been engineered from elite professional feedback. That feedback seems to be, we don't like it when it goes off when we drop it, and we don't like spending $70 plus on a magazine. So these new HD models have an active firing pin block, which is something that 2011s and 1911s traditionally didn't have, and now these HD models also use Glock magazines. The trigger is a buttery smooth 4.5 pound single action trigger. It's got an ambidextrous thumb safety, and lefties can reverse the mag release. I think the biggest advancement is that you can drop it now. I don't plan to because it cost more than my first and second car combined, but it's nice to know I have the option. Staccato officially started around 2019 from the ashes of a company known as STI. STI had been around since the 80s and were known for making really cool race guns. The team essentially swooped in and said, instead of making race guns that people don't really want to carry, how about we make a carry gun that people really want to race with? They released their first gun, the 4.15, around 2020, and it seemingly took the market by storm. Kind of out of nowhere, my entire YouTube and Instagram feed were just nothing but Staccato, and then my idiot college friends telling me to wear a mask or get a vaccine. STI was making race guns for elite level competition shooters. Staccato built on that theme, but gave it way more practical uses. I've put together a series of extremely scientific and sophisticated tests to determine which guns are worth keeping in your pants. Test 1 is shootability. I'll run the same course of fire with the Staccato and compare it against all my other handguns. Malfunctions are going to get counted and will impact the score. The shootability test is going to look like a PAR system, where we're looking to see if I'm shooting better, worse, or if I'm in the same ballpark, and maybe the other 2 tests are going to matter a little bit more. Test 2 is carryability. It's going to replace my normal carry gun for a while, and we'll compare its dimensions, its capacity, its weight, and the availability of different accessories for it against the rest of its peers. Lastly, and some would say most importantly, how friggin' cool is it? That's enough talking. It's time to move on to the shootability test and see if that $2,500 price tag can make me shoot more better. So the course of fire that we're going to be doing is these 6 steel targets at 7 yards, this infinity target at 10 yards, and then a 25-yard infinity target. This thing has one of the nicest triggers that I've ever felt, I think. So we're back in the garage and it's time to get into the nitty-gritty on its size, weight, and capacity. I think an ideal carry gun has to do 2 simple things: shoot flawlessly and be a convenient enough size where you'll actually carry it and it won't just be an expensive ornament for the center console of your truck. To give you an idea on its size if you haven't seen or held one in person yet, the Staccato has a tapered grip, so it's 1.3 inches at the top between your thumb and your pointer finger, and it's 1.2 inches down at your pinky. The slide is actually 0.1 millimeters narrower than the Glock 17 slide, according to my Harbor Freight calipers. The HD C3.6 fully loaded weighs 2 pounds at 3 ounces. That is 3 ounces less than the Glock 17, which holds 2 more rounds, and 12 ounces more than the 43X, which has the same capacity if you're using shield arms mags. The 3 subcategories underneath carry are easy, mid, and sucks. The Glock 17 sits comfortably in mid because it's not that heavy, it's just kind of long. The SP01 is down in sucks because it weighs 3 pounds and it's huge and it sucks to carry. The series is about guns that are designed to be carried. The SP01 was only included because I needed a reference point for the sucks category. You're kind of a psycho if you actually carry an SP01, but I respect you. I'd rank the Staccato in the easy category just underneath the 43X, and here's a few reasons why. For one, the 43X has the same exact capacity with the shield arms mags, but it does it weighing 12 ounces less. I was able to find a really nice holster for it from TXC Holsters. They've been my go-to for a while. This is the X1 Pro. It's what I've been carrying for over a year now. I looked around and I was able to find a holster for it for if I was carrying a flashlight, which is not always the case for new guns when they come out. Staccato partnered with a few holster companies to make sure customers had good options right away. The next thing I considered was that I was able to put the red dot on that I wanted. They make optics plates for every type of red dot that you would want to use. It would have been nice if it had a default footprint so that not every single person would have to put a plate on it, but that is apparently a patented Glock or SIG thing. The last thing that surprised me was how discreet it was. I fully expected to be putting this gun in the mid category because when you read about it online, it seems like it's going to be a much thicker, much heavier gun than it actually is. The truth is, most of the gun is pretty slim. The only thick part is between your index finger and your thumb. It is a bit heavier than the 43X that I'm used to carrying. 12 ounces is a lot, but it wasn't as uncomfortable as I expected it to be. It's a really well-balanced gun, and it was easy to forget that I was even wearing it, which is something that I can't really say about my SP01 or my Glock 17. As for the shooting category, I shot my second best time with the Staccato. You'd think I would have performed better with the full-size guns. The way I set up the test, I was just rotating through all the guns so that I couldn't get too used to them. Maybe that was dumb. Let me know if you have a better idea on how to compare them, but I figured that might level the playing field. The Staccato shot flawlessly. I put 400 rounds through it, and I had 0 malfunctions, factory oil and all. There was no break-in period, it just ran well right away. My only gripe with it is that the magazines seem to load a little funny. The follower seemed to be able to tilt too much and get itself stuck while you were loading the first few rounds. After you loaded the first few rounds in, the issue would go away, but it was still a kind of a weird problem to have. It didn't seem to have any effect while shooting, but it did seem kind of weird on such an expensive gun. Now on to what some people would call the most important category, which is how cool is it? I think it pretty comfortably sits at the top of this scoreboard as it currently stands. It looks awesome, and the history behind being the original 2011 maker in a market that's now full of different types of 2011s makes it a little extra cool to me, especially when hardly any of the other 2011s on the market are beating Staccato on price. Now to round out the review and give my full opinion on it, I'll end on these 2 hypotheticals. If all of these guns were worth the exact same dollar amount, $2,500, and I was allowed to pick one for free, which one would I pick? I think that's pretty easy. I'd be picking the Staccato. It shoots great, it was super easy to carry, and it looks awesome. It's kind of a no-brainer. Hypothetical 2, if my wife told me to spend $2,500 and go pick out my own Christmas presents this year, which I propose every year and she never agrees to, would I be spending it all on the Staccato? I don't think I would. I've got too many other hobbies to be able to justify spending that much on something purely because it's cooler than what I have. I'd probably go out and treat myself to some new golf clubs. Because as cool as the Staccato is, everybody at the golf course gets real excited to check out the newest driver. But nobody seems to like it when I brandish a weapon there. Well, that wraps up this review on the Staccato HD C3.6. Let me know which gun I ought to do next, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.